Chiefs Kingdom, brace yourselves. This week could flip the script on the entire season for Kansas City, with Patrick Mahomes battling through pain and Travis Kelce etching his name deeper into NFL immortality. Let's break down exactly what's going on in Kansas City, because this week might be one of the biggest turning points of the Chiefs' season so far. First, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes. Every Chiefs fan held their breath last weekend when Mahomes took that awkward hit late in the game. The camera zoomed in, showing Mahomes limping slightly as he walked to the sideline, and social media exploded with panic. Is he okay? Is it serious? Can he play next week? These were the questions flooding X, Instagram, and fan pages everywhere. But here's what's really going on, and it's more reassuring than most feared. He's as tough as they come, but we've got to make sure he's right for the stretch run. That statement alone sent a wave of cautious optimism through Chiefs Kingdom. Teammates have also chimed in with their support. Travis Kelce told reporters that man's a warrior. I've seen him play through stuff that would keep most guys out for weeks. That comment raised eyebrows because it reflects just how much trust and respect this locker room has for Mahomes. Even in moments of uncertainty, he's their emotional anchor. The offense runs through him, and the confidence he brings changes everything. Now, let's be honest. The Chiefs' offense hasn't looked as explosive this season as it has in years past. There have been moments of miscommunication, a few drops, and drives that stalled in frustrating fashion. But despite that, Mahomes still has this team sitting at the top of the AFC standings. That alone tells you how special he is. He's the type of player who can mask issues simply by being on the field. And if he's ready to go against the Jaguars, expect Kansas City to unleash a statement performance. Speaking of the Jaguars, this game carries a lot of emotional weight. It's not just another matchup. It's a test of identity. The Chiefs have faced criticism from national analysts who say they've lost their edge. That's nonsense. But the players have clearly taken note. You can see it in their preparation, in their body language, and especially in the words of leaders like Kelce, Chris Jones, and Mahomes himself. They know this is the week to make a statement. But the real headline of the week, the one that's sending shock waves through the NFL, is the historic news involving Travis Kelce. The Kansas City Chiefs have officially announced that Kelce has broken yet another major franchise record, and he's done it in legendary fashion. Kelce has now surpassed Dante Hall for the most all-purpose yards in Chiefs history, solidifying his place not only as one of the greatest Chiefs ever, but as one of the greatest tight ends in the history of the game. Think about what that means. Dante Hall was a Hall of Famer-level playmaker, the standard for explosive yardage at his position. And yet, here's Travis Kelce rewriting the record books, one catch at a time. This is a guy who's been the heart of Kansas City's offense for over a decade. Always dependable, always in sync with Mahomes, and always showing up when it matters most. The bond between those two is the stuff of NFL legend. When you watch them connect on third downs or in the red zone, it's almost telepathic. The Chiefs' social media team celebrated the milestone with a special video montage that instantly went viral. It showed Kelce's journey from his early years in Kansas City to his record-breaking moment, with teammates cheering and hugging him on the sideline. Patrick Mahomes could be seen smiling and saying, "That's my guy right there. Greatest ever." It was a moment that summed up what this team is all about: brotherhood, loyalty, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. But it's not just about stats. It's about legacy. Travis Kelce's name is now etched alongside the greatest athletes Kansas City has ever seen. Not just in football, but in all sports. And what makes this even more special is that he's still going strong. He's not slowing down. He's playing some of the best football of his career. Every route, every catch, every touchdown. It feels like history in motion. Chiefs fans are also celebrating the announcement of a special tribute planned for Kelce at Arrowhead Stadium. Sources close to the organization say the team will honor him during halftime in one of the upcoming home games with a highlight reel and special guests expected to appear. It's going to be an emotional moment for everyone who's watched his incredible journey from a kid out of Cincinnati who almost didn't make the league to an icon whose influence stretches far beyond football. And here's where the story gets even better. The timing of this milestone couldn't be more perfect. While Mahomes is battling back from injury, Kelce is stepping up as the emotional leader, the spark that keeps everyone locked in. He's been motivating younger receivers in practice, mentoring rookies, and reminding the team that championships aren't won in October. They're built through consistency and trust. One insider even shared that during a recent team meeting, Kelce gave a short but powerful speech, telling the locker room, "We've been counted out before. We've heard every doubt, every criticism, but we don't break. We respond." That's classic Kelce. Fiery, passionate, and completely focused on the bigger picture. So, where does that leave Kansas City heading into Week 6? It leaves them fired up, unified, and hungry. Mahomes' ankle might not be 100%, but his determination is. Kelce is writing history every week. Andy Reid is scheming with that brilliant offensive mind of his. And the defense, often overlooked, has been quietly improving, led by Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie. This is a team built for adversity. The upcoming matchup with the Jaguars will be a true test. Jacksonville's defense has been one of the toughest against the pass, and they've been waiting to prove themselves against the reigning Super Bowl champions. But Kansas City thrives on these moments. When their backs are against the wall, when the pressure is highest, that's when Mahomes and Kelce usually rise to the occasion. Imagine it. Mahomes stepping onto the field, slightly taped ankle, determination in his eyes. The crowd roaring. Kelce lined up wide, pointing at his quarterback. It's the connection that every defense fears and every Chiefs fan lives for. You can almost feel it in that moment when Mahomes drops back, scans the field, and fires a laser to Kelce across the middle. Another first down, another statement, another chapter in a story that feels bigger than football itself. No matter what happens this weekend, one thing is clear. The Chiefs are still the heartbeat of the NFL. They set the standard. They define what resilience looks like. And if this week is any indication, the combination of Mahomes' toughness and Kelce's greatness is only fueling their drive for another championship. The energy around this team is electric right now. Even with injuries and challenges, there's a sense that something special is building. Fans can feel it. The locker room can feel it. And the rest of the league knows you can never count out Kansas City, because as long as number 15 is under center and number 87 is catching passes, the Chiefs are never out of the fight. So as we head into Week 6, all eyes are on Arrowhead. Will Mahomes be fully healthy? Will Kelce add another historic performance to his growing legacy? One thing's for sure, the Chiefs aren't just playing football. They're writing history, one play at a time. And this week, the story continues louder and prouder than ever.